Hello and welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you into our kitchen this evening where we're going to have some fun and make some capsicum infused oil. Yes, I am finally getting around to making this. I've had the recipe for so many years. I just haven't made it in a long time. Very few ingredients, some good olive oil, not extra virgin because it goes rancid faster, regular olive oil, some good cayenne pepper flakes, and some thyme, Time, not the herb thyme. So, with that being said, let's get busy, and I'm going to do it in the Alpha 420 oil infusing machine, and I'm going to show you how to do it other ways as well, because I know not everyone has one of these miracle machines. So let's get busy, y'all. It is not hard to make your own capsicum infused oil because it's the pepper flakes that has the capsaicin in it, and that's the medicinal part that you want. Alright, everybody asks me, how much oil do I use in my machine? There's a mark in here that says max fill on. It's the maximum that you can fill your machine up. I don't pay attention how much oil goes in it. This time I will take the time to measure it out for y'all. Now, you have to be careful when making your capsicum infused oil, because if you make it too strong, it will burn your skin, and what's the use in having oil that you can, infused oil you cannot use. If you make it too strong, you can't use it because it'll burn your skin. If you make it too weak, then you're not going to get a whole lot of relief from it. So, with that being said, I have worked on this recipe for quite a while, and it's the amount that I use. Now, I'm using a 2-cup measure. So, one batch of the oil is 1 cup of olive oil to 3 tablespoons of crushed red pepper flakes, which is cayenne peppers. I'm using 2 cups of oil, so I'm going to be doubling this recipe until I get to the max fill line. Okay, 2 cups of olive oil goes in, and I am nowhere near the maximum fill line. So we're going to keep filling it up. But so that I don't lose track, I already know I have 2 cups in there. That means 6 tablespoons. No, I'm not using my hand to measure it this time. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, more information is in the description box below the video. Please read it. It goes into detail about other ways to infuse your oil. Okay. And yes, it's going to be potent. Alright, I'm fixing to add 6 more tablespoons. I'm going to keep going and I will bring y'all back. Okay, for those who always ask me, 6 cups of oil goes just a hair over the max spill line. So there are 6 cups of olive oil in there and 18 tablespoons of crushed red pepper flakes. Now, there are 3 ways to make the infused olive oil. You can use the Alpha 420 machine. You can use a double boiler. Now, double boiler is a bottom pot and a top pot. Top pot fits into the bottom pot. Fill your bottom pot up with water until it just barely makes the top pot float. Put your olive oil inside and your cayenne pepper flakes in the top pot. No water at all in the top pot. Don't let your water simmer out of your bottom pot. Keep an eye on it. You don't want your water in the bottom to boil. You want it to lightly simmer because you don't want to overheat your oil. And you will infuse it. Sometimes it takes anywhere from 4 to 6 hours to do it the double boiler way. Now, if you don't have a double boiler, but you have a good size stock pot, put water in your stock pot. Put your canning ring in the bottom because you do not want your canning jar to sit on the bottom because it will crack and explode. Your ring keeps it from touching the bottom. Put your oil and your cayenne pepper flakes into the canning jar. Gently set it in there. You want the jar about maybe almost halfway submerged in the water. You do not want any water to get into your oil at all. It will ruin it. And you will gently simmer this. Do not boil it. Your oil will get hot and it will overheat the cayenne pepper flakes and it will make some nasty, nasty smelling infused oil. Gently simmer the water and it will take maybe 2-3 hours to infuse your oil. Now you do not have to make the big batch like I do. I do it to sell it. You can get away with making a cup or 2 cups at a time. Okay, I'm fixing to get ready to cut my machine on. Now using the oil infusing machine, I will only have to let it infuse for an hour because not only does it blend it, it keeps it at a perfect low temperature. And I love this machine. I cannot say how much I love it. I'm going to push the oil and it's starting for an hour. I'm going to put an hour and 15. I mean, hour and 5 minutes. Good Lord. Alright, and it's going to start here in a little bit. And I'd walk away and forget it. It'll cut on here in just a minute. But yeah, it will chop it up and beautifully infuse this oil with capsaicin. And of course, while we're straining it, I will talk more about the pain medicinal benefits from it's blending and stirring it all at the same time. And it will cut on and off during the infusing process, so don't worry. I'm going to walk away and it's going to be perfectly fine. Now, once it's done, it will beep and let you know, and I will bring you back when it's cooled just a little bit so it's not so bad hot to handle. See y'all in a little over an hour. Alright, the oil is infused. I let it sit for a while. Be careful, it will be very warm, so do not get burnt. Make sure your jar is clean and sanitized. Your funnel is clean. And I use a filterless coffee filter. Best things on earth. And there is one thing I did forget. Hold on. I knew I was forgetting something. I want a tablespoon of pure vitamin E oil. It's a preservative. This is the one I use. It's pure and organic. There we go. Now we can start back up. I said make sure everything is clean. That way you don't have to worry about contamination. If you're using this oil maker, make sure you're careful because it's going to be hot. And have an extra paper towel. Look at that beautiful color. Look at that beautiful color. And I'll tell you, it's strong. Not too god awful strong, but it's strong. Like I said, you want it strong enough that you can use it, but not too strong that it'll burn you. And you don't want blisters on your skin. Yes, it can be too strong. I'm talking about the medicinal uses. Excellent for sore muscles, sprains, bad circulation. Some people swear by its use for sciatica problems. Many, many wonderful applications to be used for pain. Like I said, sore muscles, strains, sprains, um, aching joints. If you have bad circulation, it will help with circulation, sciatica. Now, you can choose to just keep it in oil form. Just be careful when using it. Once you're done using it, you need to first have clean hands before you use it. Afterwards, wash your hands very good or you're going to regret it. You will regret it because you don't want to get it in your eyes. Because it will burn you. I'm going to be making salve out of it at a later date in about 4. I like to let mine sit up for about 4 days. That way everything's stabilized. It's really infused very well. And you can see everything is ground up and pulverized very nicely. And there is still plenty of oil in the pulverized pepper flakes. And what I like about those red pepper flakes, not only did it have the seeds, but there was a lot of pepper skin. So you got a good balance. Now, this is capsicum infused oil. The capsaicin is inside the capsicum, and you get both medicinal benefits. Now, it's going to take a while for this to strain. Every so often, you want to mush down that you'll get more oil out of it. Yes, there is plenty oil left in the peppers. But look at that beautiful color, and of course it's hot. But look at that beautiful color, y'all. But like I said, I'm going to be making salve with it. If you wanted to, you can strain it into pint jars or jelly jars to make it easier for you to handle. Makes wonderful gifts for those who are in pain. You just have to be very careful when applying it. You can use gloves to apply it, cotton balls, but you're still going to have to be careful. I'm going to be using this to make salve with, which is a little easier to use, but you still have to be careful with it. Now, a few other uses, as long as you know you're not allergic to it. For constant runny nose, not because you are sick, not because you're having an allergic reaction, for like hay fever, sinuses, and not for infections. But you can take a little oil. It's going to be interesting. But you can rub the inside of your nostrils lightly with it, and it will dry up a runny nose. Also, you can do the same thing. Very light amount of oil. Just be very careful. If you have what's called cluster headaches, this oil will also, or the salve will also just gently rubbed in the edge of your nose will alleviate cluster headaches as well. So many medicinal benefits. So many medicinal benefits. Now I am going to set this into a different jar. Hold on a minute. Alright, I'm going to set this into this jar. I want it to keep dripping. I want to put this in a location where I know not the fridge, because don't put it in the refrigerator because your olive oil will solidify. Put it in like a microwave or a cupboard to cover it up very well. You can use saran wrap, aluminum foil, whatever you want to cover it up with. And that way it can keep dripping, and whatever more oil comes out of there, add it to your jar. Now, I have so got to get metal rings for my jars, but I've got a lid, and I love these, but you have to use a lid with them or they will leak. They are not leak proof. I'm getting my Sharpie marker. Okay. Capsicum Infused oil. 1225 is when I made it. Probably not going to be in this jar after 5 days. But I want to make sure I have it labeled. You want to make sure and see, since it's warm, the vitamin E oil has already soaked in. But look how beautiful and wonderful that oil is. That's gorgeous oil. Very well infused. I love my little butter machine. It works wonders. And like you said, there is still oil in the bottom of that pan or machine. I'm going to scrape it into this. Alright, I like to let it sit for about 4 days. Make sure it's completely infused and done what it wants to do. Cool, dark place. The vitamin E oil will also help preserve it from going bad. Yes, your oils can go rancid after a while. Don't matter how well you store them. But here in about 5 days, I'll be doing a video on making salve with this. Simple, easy, homemade. You know exactly what goes into it. My pepper flakes are organic. I just recycle the container. You can do this. You can heal yourself. You can make your own medicine. Alright, I'll be back in a bit. Simple, easy, homemade. If I can do it, you can do it too. And I also showed you the other 2 ways of how you need to, and how you can infuse your oil. It needs to be done with heat so the oil can pull all of the capsaicin out of the capsicum. Yes, lots of words to remember. But now, another thing, it works for most everyone. Now, if you know you're allergic to it, Lord, don't make it. Don't try to use it. But this is going to be for external use only. You can use it also internally, but you do it a different way. But simple, easy, homemade, and if I can do it, I know you can do it too. Y'all continue to stock up your pantry with foods that will nourish and sustain you. Medicinals that will heal you. Protection of all kinds, and above all else, the bare essentials to survive on. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Y'all stay safe, warm, and dry in this crazy weather, and may you each be blessed. Hoot hoot. Mwah. Love y'all. I'll see you soon, and y'all take care.